Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokah Qudash, the one to the apostle nails the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Alright, y'all, what's the news? The news is wars and rumors of wars. What else it is to talk about? Especially when all of the kings, we should say kings of the earth, is what? Is coming up against one another, and that main culprit is who? Babylon, America. Which we can't wait, man. Long time coming. That America and Israel, the Israelis, get their just due. Hey, can't wait. But I'm on WLA. Iran finally exposes U.S. and Israel. We have audio recordings concerning what they're saying, right? Is that they have audio recordings and Israeli people paying people to cause riots, take lives, or all of the madness that was going on over there. This is what they're saying now. Hey, I guess these people, the Israeli, these small hatters, they got a long reach, man. They're in every country. And most of you all forget that the ones that rule the world, those small, the wicked elite, they are Amalek, right? Even though they can care less about their white counterparts, so-called white counterparts, because they don't give a damn no more. They don't give a damn more about them than they give about what? Than a so-called black man. So they use everybody for what? For their purpose and their purpose only. And their purpose is to what? To these times that we are in, to establish their what? Their birthright. That they think still belongs to them. So let's get into it. Let me turn this up a little bit. Alright, here we go. Oh, y'all bear with me.
At the protest scene. The goal was to increase the number of deaths at the protest scene. Why? Because Mr. Trump, the President of the United States, had said that if people are killed, we will intervene. This statement itself is a blatant interference in the internal affairs of other countries. We have recorded audio files of various electronic...
Y'all bear with it, man. It's an AI generated translation now. So this is why you see it doing what it's doing. But this guy here, it's an AI generated translation. And don't make it fake. Every time it's AI, don't make it all the time like it's fake. But you gotta take the good with the bad. So here we go. AI generated my translation. See it right there? AI generated translation. This is why it's pausing a little.
Electronic messages that were sent from far outside the country to these specific terrorist agents, telling them clearly that among the many protesters, shoot. If you can hit the police, hit the police. If not, shoot ordinary people. If that's not possible, shoot that girl or that boy standing in front of you. Just shoot them. We have an extensive collection of documents and evidence clearly demonstrating and pointing toward the direct and significant participation of both the United States of America and Israel.
The United States of America and Israel. And we know that they don't have what? They don't have sympathy for no one. Nobody.
In this matter. Terrorist act.
Notice here now. I don't have a dog in either fight, right? I can care less about these small hatters or Ishmael over there. I don't care one way or other. But I'm just what? I'm just tooting and blowing the horn and telling you all what y'all hate to hear. Y'all hate to hear that, you know, I mean, I know y'all tired of hearing how Babylon, which is America, is going to be destroyed. Y'all don't want to hear that because y'all love this place. But hey, it's going to happen anyway. I'm not here to soothe feelings and emotions. I'm here to preach the truth and warn the people concerning the what's about to come.
Various Israeli news media outlets and television channels are currently overflowing with numerous reports and claims that they are planning and preparing for strategic military operations in Iran. Mr. Pompeo, who is not an insignificant figure, he was the head of the CIA during Mr. Trump's administration. He tweeted and said that he will spend the new year. He congratulates the Iranians who are on the streets and the Mossad agents who are moving alongside them. This is a clear admission. We will see.
He did say that. For those of you all that did see that, he did say it now.
Justice.
But that's over a lot of you all's head, because a lot of you all, y'all over here in America, y'all still that Democratic Republic BS.
All of them, the Iranian government and ourselves, will pursue this, and we are following up both through international channels and within the country. Our security forces now have full control of the situation with complete authority. It is our sincere hope that absolutely no strategic miscalculations or errors in judgment will be made by other nations. From our perspective, what happened over these 3 days, on the 8th and 10th of January in Ottawa, was a continuation of the 12-day war. It was meticulously orchestrated and planned from abroad to instigate widespread chaos and instability throughout the country. We, the people, we have evidence that has been obtained, and they themselves have admitted that they were given large sums of money and were enticed by these funds.
What that sound like, y'all? That sound like C-19, don't you? Don't that sound like C-19 over here? Large sums of money for what? For a purpose. Them Israelis, I mean, listen, all you got to do is offer them, give them enough money that a ninja will do anything. With those, how many pastors it was? 1,000 pastors over there, and what do you think they were doing over there? Getting the script, and in the process, getting them checks. So y'all be listening to these pastors, and these pastors be selling you down the river. But hey, they're here for a purpose, and that purpose is for the wicked. So it's more wicked people in America than it is righteous people. So, even though y'all try to put everyone and gather everyone up in the same bucket, as though one person no wickeder than the other person, but when it comes to your family members and all them, y'all most righteous, especially Eve. You wouldn't just say you women as a whole, but especially, y'all just terrible. No, delusional as hell. Don't care.
80 million tomans were paid for attacking each police station. 50 million tomans were paid for attacking and setting fire to government vehicles. 50 million tomans and 20 million tomans for setting fire to buildings. All of this has documentation. There are confessions, and the payments made to them exist as evidence. Furthermore, in addition to that,
how many people did were caught over here in America for doing the same thing, doing the riots that started over here in America? How many people they caught wearing these masks over here that were caught doing that. Now, all this stuff is orchestrated, man. No matter what. See, these devils. Listen, man. They still, like Apostle Hall said earlier, man. Esau Edom he's still holding on to that blessing right now that he received from his father. He's on the left hand side. He's still what the Heavenly Father is still using him for a purpose. So he's not going anywhere until Yahweh shall take him out, man. So know that Esau Edom, whatever Trump them doing, they're doing it for what? The purpose. They're doing what the Lord tell them to do. Y'all don't want to hear that, but that's what's going on. That's what's going on.
There are videos showing them shooting at people and shooting at police forces. We even have videos showing them distributing weapons among the people. This shop was engulfed in flames in the market. In one of the cities, 200 shops were consumed by the blaze.
Let me show you something right quick, right? This is why Russia, right? What did Russia do? See, Russia be ahead of the game. Russia was deporting, listen to this here, I pulled it up. Russia was deporting Israeli citizens. Right? Listen to this right here. I gotta look around it, y'all bear with me. Based on reports from early January of 2026, there are claim that the Kremlin has issued a directive ordering the immediate deportation of Israeli citizens residing in the Russian Federation. Key details regarding reported deportation context. The report suggested this action follows a significant deterioration in relations between Russia and Israel, particularly following a 12-day conflict in June of 2025 and rising tension over Russia's alignment with Tehran. But the thing is that these people over there, they're listen, man. No matter what country you go in, they're spies. And especially these small hatters. Yes. And a lot of them, some of them small hatters don't look like the average small hatter. So they're everywhere. So he's not gonna get them all. He's gonna get most of them, right? But he's not gonna get them all. Okay, the mechanism or the action of what reported to be and expansion of a deportation regime that allows for the expulsion of foreign nations without a court order. Evacuation in addition to report deportation, Russian authorities have carried out multiple urgent evacuation fights to remove embassy staff and their families from Israel. With reports in early January of 2026, just getting in January, y'all. Well, early January of 2026, right? Stating at least, we're early January 26. We still in there, right? At least 3 fights occur in 24 hours. Okay, verification. Some sources note that while their reports are circulating, specific details remain unclear and have not been universally independent verified. But the thing is, see, tension. Okay, let me see something. Let's read on down. Right, read a little quick. Let's read a little more. Y'all bear with me. Related context on Israel-Russia relations. Previous tension in October 23, anti-Semitic riots targeted a fight from Israel at an airport in Dagestan, Russia. Citizen threats reports have indicated that Russia has previously considered closing the Jewish agency which handles immigration to Israel and threatened the status of citizen with dual nationality. See, listen, you never know what report, we're not going to get it all anyway. You never know what report, go back over here, what Putin got, and what was planned, and what was, you never know what, because trust and believe, they on guard more than Iran over there, right? Which is Persia, right? They're a little wilder over there. They wild as hell over there. The scripture was not lying when he said that his Ishmael's hand would be against all man, and he would be what? Among all his people. That's why they everywhere too. They everywhere, especially over here in America. Let's get a little more.
At ambulances, they attacked. In just those 3 days, 180 ambulances were set on fire.
Now make that make sense. What did he 100+ ambulances was set afire? Why? Why would a Iranian citizen want to do that? Why do they want to do that? And y'all know they don't have weapons over there like that. How they get weapons? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I said, I ain't got a dog in this fight either way. I can care less. But we know who the devil is, man. We know what they're doing. All of this is very strategically planned, man. And it's gonna work. It's gonna happen. Everything that they're planning is gonna take place. Why? Because the Lord has a mission. Right? Ezekiel 38, and I will what? Turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws of all those nations. And they're all gonna turn. This is what we're seeing. Their allies, NATO and EU, they're what? They all are not in agreement with America and Israel, especially with US. For what? Especially going down there and taking Denmark.
Buses were set on fire. And then they attacked mosques. So what is truly strange to consider is that no Iranian would ever choose to attack a sacred mosque and set it on fire.
Huh? You hear what he said? And y'all know this here. Y'all know how them people love their religion, man. They love their religion. Why would an Iranian attack a mosque, man? Let's hear that again. Let's wind it back a little. Why? No, they know this here. But for those of you all that got small mind, I call slow bellies, you're not gonna see through the BS.
3 days, 180 ambulances were set on fire. Buses were set on fire. And then they attacked mosques. So what is truly strange to consider is that no Iranian would ever choose to attack a sacred mosque and set it on fire.
They would never do that.
53 mosques were set on fire across
53. Who hand is in that? Come on, man.
Across the country.
Are you worried that...
Who hand is in that, man? Y'all come on, man. Y'all gotta be smarter than that, man. But hey, man, the angels is doing their job, man. They're doing it very good.
Iran's foreign minister has made extraordinary claims about foreign involvement in the recent unrest. Speaking at a press conference in Tehran, Abbas Araghchi alleged that Iran possesses extensive evidence and documents indicating the involvement of both the United States and Israel in what the government characterizes as terrorist acts. This is clear evidence of interference in the internal affairs of other countries, Araghchi declared. These claims cannot be independent.
Let me show you something. Listen to the people, right? Check out how the people are now. Everybody's against America, man. And soon all their allies are gonna be talking in the same manner that all the people are talking, right? Okay, Midwest Airways says, using the people of Iran as pawns to achieve shitty geopolitical goals. Disgusting. Huh? All. American dream. Beyond disgusting. These are what? These people are not part of their society. Or these people, some of these people are what? I mean, most of these people are right over here in America. Kiddo, what did they call it? Play funny how all this started after Netanyahu visit to the White House. Like I did a video exactly. I said when them two devils come together, Biden's finna drop. Yeah, I did a video about a week and a half ago. When these two come together, Biden's finna drop. Y'all see it. Zuma May says, and don't forget Bondi Beach, which was blamed on Iran and designed to gain support from what? From Five Eyes countries. Cullen says, for years, Israelis have Iran on a list of wars. They demanded backing from U.S. allies over the last 30 years, but they have not done that. All wars in the Middle East were demanded by Israelis. Every single one of them. All military, thousands, civilian death in the last 7 wars, Middle East were all for what? Israelis. Mary Hogan says, American tells us all the time Social Security going broke, but Netanyahu walks away with billions for what? Forever he wants. Yeah, he turned around, he got billions, but and everybody else is what? Doing what? Going under. Well, right along with America. The biggest, what they say, the biggest fraudsters of Social Security and Medicaid, he pardons. The ex-president drug dealer from Honduran that had been convicted, he pardoned. Trump, before being elected president, and cryptocurrency was bad. Yeah, he was screaming it's bad. He didn't want to have nothing to do with it, but now he all for it. Because it was a revival against our dollar. The dollar is gone anyway, y'all. The dollar is gone anyway. He's elected and now has his own crypto company, Trump standards all over the place. Trump is a businessman, y'all. What y'all think? Y'all think Trump was president? He think he gonna get his hand? Every president that gets into power, they go there and take shit. They keep a portion of whatever it is. Yeah, all of them. Exactly. What a coincidence. Trash politician leading us. Hey man, that ain't that new? Nothing is new when it comes to politics. You know, people. They put their trust in what? In them people too much, man. Y'all put y'all trust in them people too much, man. That's what it is. Also, Israeli. Let's watch a few of these videos. I'm gonna come back to this right here because this is I need to go. I actually need to get a little further down here because they're doing a lot of talk. But let's get here to these citizens. It said Israeli. No, Israeli. I try to get video concerning Israeli. I typed it in Israeli citizen caught in Iran paying Iranian citizens money to take lives. That's why I put it in there. And this what jumped up. So I'm gonna be scrolling through a few videos here and there, and then I'm something else I want to read concerning. Let's just get into it. Let's see the video right here. Y'all bear with me. Is it on? No one, come on, y'all. Hold up. It's real short though.
The internet's trying to confuse you about what's actually going on in Iran right now. There's everything from the regime's about to fall to it has more support than ever. And no matter the side, you have people posting videos to prove their point. Right, initially, all the protest videos were against the bad economy and regime. Then after weeks of it, authorities really cracked down, leading to a lot of deaths. Some guesses are there are hundreds, while others are approaching 10,000. And the not knowing exactly, it's a feature, not a bug. The Iranian regime shut off the internet to prevent information from getting around. The video showing stacked bodies hinting that the death toll could be very high. But also,
now they set off the internet and stuff because the people over there in Iran were being influenced by the Western media. That's why he did it, because they were being influenced. Just like you dodo birds over here, you all are influenced by the media over here. What you see and hear on what? On the media, that influence your what? Your actions. That's why they did it.
so even if you're seeing things that are pro-protester, you have to be skeptical because there are a lot of accounts spreading clearly fake news right now. Right, and that includes numerous things like the president there resigned or that the supreme leader has fled. Neither.
See the lies? Look at all of the lies. Huh? He telling you right here. Let's back it up a little bit right there. Look what he said. What happened? All these lies. This is Western media news reporting these lies here.
Clearly fake news right now. Right, and that includes numerous things like the president there resigned or that the supreme leader has fled, neither of which is true right now. And then adding to the confusion are people sharing videos showing massive pro-government demonstrations. And then overall, the Islamic Republic, they're taking a different approach to the situation, right? Instead of ignoring the protests.
See the fake massive protests against the government. Lies.
They have acknowledged them and even showed widespread casualties. But they're saying that the deaths were because of radical protest leaders in a PSYOP campaign by Israel and the United States. And actually, speaking of that, you have Trump claiming that the U.S. is negotiating with Iran right now, but if the killings continue, then airstrikes and intervention are still on the table. For now, follow to stay in the loop and click the link in bio for a deeper dive into this news today. The internet...
All right, let's go back. I wasn't trying to click on it, y'all, but I had to click on it because he was dead. It wouldn't, let's see. Exploring, let's see something, y'all bear with me. Iran protests, watch and take over institution, keep protesting. Let me see something right quick. It say live, y'all, but it might be someone or crooks. It say Iran protests live. Trump urges Iranians to take over institution. Keep protesting. In other words, he telling them what to do. But hey, man, you got to play the, take this stuff here with a grain of salt, man, and use discernment concerning what's real and what's not. Because one thing we do know real, we know that that U.S. and Israel trying to do what? Definitely trying to demolish Iran. We know that. And while they sitting there while some of these citizens are being paid, they being paid, but they haven't thought that just say the America do go up in there and Israel go up in there, they're gonna bomb the shit out y'all. You think they're gonna be thinking about the same food they paying to set up buses afire and shooting police station? You think they're gonna be thinking about all y'all got family over there? You think they're gonna be thinking about your family member when they go over there bombing that shit? No. You see what Gaza look like? That's what Iran would look like if they had their way. It'll look worse. Man, I'm quite sure, boy, Benjamin, not a Jew, I'm quite sure he would blow that place to smithereens. And here they go right here. I'm speaking of the two devils, Iran warns, what do you say? Iran warns U.S. Israel against intervention amid protest. Let's listen to this right quick.
آموزش دادن یه تروریستایی رو از خارج وارد کشور کردن.
Week 3, 192 killed. But hey, man, you know, this is what. Let's go here.
Massive crowds have turned out here in central Tehran to protest against Israel's strikes against Iran, but also against the policies of the Trump administration as well. Many of them were chanting death to America, were chanting death to Israel. We saw them burn American flags and burn Israeli flags.
He punched the United States and Israel in the mouth, he says. Trump, you are threatening my leader, this woman says. Don't you know my nation believes death is sweeter than honey?
And they do now. They know where they going when they die. They got that right. They got that portion right. They going to the Lord when you die. They know they going to the Lord, so they know death is sweeter. They know they going to the Heavenly Father, right? Let's get something that's recent right quick. This say new right here. Let me check this out.
Iran is seeing its biggest anti-government demonstrations in years, and security forces are cracking down. Human rights groups say they've verified the deaths of 599 people, and that's probably a massive undercount since the internet has been blocked in Iran for days. The demonstrators are now calling for a change of government, but the anger started over prices. Annual inflation in Iran hit 42% in December.
That's what the deal is. That's why they rise. It ain't about no change, no regime. Is that they 42%, man? You know that's a big jump. That's almost half. Just like what's going on over here in America, the food and everything rising, but that's 42%. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Iran is seeing its biggest...
Oh, let me go here.
The U.S. would, quote, come to their rescue. So why did the demonstration start? The rial has collapsed, leading to a widening economic crisis. Prices are up on meat, rice, and other staples, along with gas. The protests also mark the first test of whether the Iranian public can be swayed by Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, who called for the protests on Thursday night. Demonstrations have included cries in support of the Shah, something that could bring a death sentence in the past, but now shows the anger fueling the protests.
See that? That's what's causing the rise over there in Iran. And not no change of no regime. That's the narrative that the Western news is feeding you dodo birds. Right? That's what the Western news is feeding you. 7 days ago, protesters security forces clash in Tehran. I was trying to get some reading. Let's see. Let's go back over here and this here. So y'all, now you know that it was about what? Their money. It was not about no trying to change no regime. It's about money.
Independently verified. Reuters and internet monitors like NetBlocks say Iran's connectivity has dropped to near zero levels, making independent reporting extremely limited. Tehran is framing the unrest as foreign-backed destabilization.
Independent reporting, meaning what? Western news is what? That they can listen to the madness over here, and that the West got the lies that they telling. Because again, you know, most of y'all are influenced by what? By the news. Y'all believe anything these people tell you. But that's why. But hey. And even, you know, most of the people over there in that, you best believe, most of the people over there in Iran, man, they are very aware that what the Western news are about. Well, hey, who's mostly affected and influenced with news and stuff like that? Women, man, women. That's what you see mostly in it. No matter what country you go in, when they're protesting, you see what mostly who? Women. Y'all are very susceptible of selling out before a man will anyway. Now, the Lord don't lie. Out of 1,000 women, I have found none. But out of 1,000 men, I have found one. That means that a man is more worthy than what? And trustworthy than a woman will ever be. You know, y'all may want to hear it. I don't give a damn, but it's the truth.
Not a purely domestic protest movement. Aragchi made a pointed accusation about American statements. The goal was to increase the number of casualties in the protests. the foreign minister claimed. Why? Because Mr. Trump, the president of the United States, said that if people are killed, they will come and intervene. Aragchi is arguing that U.S. statements created incentives for violence, but that claim can't be independently verified. This is clear evidence.
Y'all know what an incentive is for violence? Let's look up that word. Let's look at that word, y'all. Incentive. Incentive definition. Okay, word incentive. A thing that motivates or encourages one to do something. And how do you do that? Especially with that American money. And they know that people starving, right? They know that money. Don't you know what was $200, $300 will buy you over there in Iran of American money? Huh? That's what, let me see, what is the meaning of the word incentive? Incentive. An incentive is what? Something often financial, like a bonus or what? Tax break, but we know this what? This deals in what? Money. Monetary. Cash in the hand. To do what? For a purpose. And that purpose is to what? No matter what it is. To sell one out. They got to delete somebody. They'll delete them. They can give enough money to anyone to actually just walk up to a child and delete them. And they will take that. Them Iranian boy, they ain't no woo. That's anybody though. But not over here. Over here in America, that's just something now that's common as it is in these other countries. They don't give a damn.
Evidence of interference in the internal affairs of other countries, Aragchi stated. The framing inverts the Western narrative. Where Washington presents intervention threats as protection for protesters, Tehran presents those same threats as provocation for violence, according to Iranian officials. Aragchi made claims about alleged evidence, and he says Iran has audio messages urging violence, but the recordings haven't been released publicly, so the claim can't be verified. We have audio recordings of messages sent from outside the country to these terrorist elements.
You can believe that they're not doing that for a reason. There's a reason why they're not doing it. You know, somebody could be exposed, somebody, whether what side or whatever, they want to keep it a secret. Why? I do not know, because Americans, they're going to do what? Because they'll take it and redact it and flip it on your ass.
The foreign minister stated. He described alleged instructions from those recordings involving violence against protesters and police. No independent outlet has verified the recordings because they haven't been published for authentication. If such recordings exist and are authentic, they would represent evidence of foreign coordination, but without public release, the claim remains unverified. Aragchi pointed to public statements as alleged evidence of involvement. Mr. Pompeo, an influential figure who served as director of the CIA during Trump's previous term, posted a tweet saying, "I congratulate the Iranians in the streets and Mossad agents walking alongside them," the foreign minister stated. Aragchi says the post amounts to a clear admission, but that interpretation is Iran's view, not independent confirmation. The tweet, if accurately quoted, could represent either a boast about covert operations.
Come on, man. Y'all know agents on the side of them people, man. Mixed amongst these people in these crowds over here, man. Just like over here in America when shit go down, when these people crowding together, coming in big mass numbers. You think people ain't paid? Huh? You got a few dummies here and there. A few dummies here and there, but for the most part, they getting paid to do what? To go in them streets to do what? To cause havoc. They getting paid to do that. What's that? Matthew 24:12. And because of iniquity set abound, the lower men shall wax cold, and the what? They're going to be doing what? A lot of what? A lot of death. Most important thing, the death. Right?
A rhetorical flourish designed to encourage protesters, or something in between. For Iran's government, such statements provide rhetorical ammunition for claims of foreign involvement, regardless of their literal accuracy. Aragchi referenced Israeli media coverage as additional alleged evidence. Israeli media outlets are full of reports claiming they are busy planning operations inside Iran, the foreign minister stated. Some Israeli outlets discuss Iran-related intelligence issues, but media talk doesn't confirm real operations.
Look at this shit here, y'all. This shit look fake as hell. Look at some of the faces of the people, or whatever. This shit look fake as hell, right? Look at them.
The relationship between media reports, actual operations, and government narratives is
some of them signs, though. That's probably what it was. It was signs.
Complex. Reports of planning do not confirm execution. But for Iran's government, the cumulative effect of American statements, Israeli media reports, and alleged evidence creates a narrative framework, one that Tehran uses to characterize the unrest as foreign-directed. Araghchi delivered a message about the current situation. Our security forces are fully in control of the situation, the foreign minister declared. Then came a warning. We hope other countries do not make miscalculations. Araghchi claims security forces are in control, but independent
They control that shit. What they do? They shut off all media. They got a 9 times 10. They probably got it from Russia. No, I take that back. China probably they jammed, and so they can't get no more Western news media outlets for no listen, no BS. That's how they get no orders.
Based on assumptions of weakness. Whether the claim reflects reality is difficult to assess. Rights groups like Human Rights Watch say the blackout is concealing a harsh crackdown, including detentions and violence. Araghchi placed the unrest in a...
Yeah, the blackout. That's what they did. See, they called it a blackout, but the Iranians, they're doing what? They stopping the social media and because, hey man, who knows? I'm quite sure the way these people communicate in mass numbers, the ones that are doing the wickedness over there in Iran, that are doing the mass numbers, they communicate probably communicate through what? Through some of these news stations. Listen to such news station and blah 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 blah. I'm sure of that. Or they got their own personal cell phone. If the phones and all that stuff is not working, so ain't no communication. No communication. Nobody can send anybody any money through the wire, Cash App, none of that crap. None of it. So that do halts a lot of the tension amongst the people. It's going to halt a lot of tension, but guess what? It's not going to stop it, though.
A broader strategic context. From our perspective, what happened over the past 3 days, from January 8th to 10th, is an extension of the 12-day war, the foreign minister stated. It was planned outside the country in order to bring chaos to Iran. International reporting describes a brief June war that hit Iranian military and nuclear sites, though details vary by source. By framing the protests as an extension of that war, Araghchi characterizes domestic unrest as external aggression by other means. The protesters become, in this framing, instruments of foreign powers rather than citizens with grievances. This narrative, according to analysts...
Interests with foreign power. Talking about the U.S. and Trump speaking now. Let's do that.
Justifies security responses as national defense rather than domestic repression. Araghchi presented what he said were confessions from detained individuals. In the documents we obtained, they confessed that large sums of money were paid to them and that they were recruited through financial incentives, the foreign minister stated. He provided specific figures for alleged payments to attack
specific figures. That's what he did. That's exactly what he did. Y'all heard him in the beginning of it. What? Specific figures concerning what you got to do with the attack the police station, even on down to what? You deleting a child, man. Just deleting them. Let me go down a little more right here. What I want to get right about here.
We also have videos showing them firing at people in police forces, as well as videos showing them distributing weapons to people, the foreign minister stated. Such videos, if they exist and are authentic, would support the government's characterization of the unrest as armed activity rather than peaceful protest. Rights groups like Human Rights Watch have reported that security forces use live
armed activity rather than what? Than peaceful protest. They're being paid, man, to what? To do what they're doing. So hey, man, look, man. I know a lot of these scriptures that they've been using, especially been the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. They're very repetitive, right? But I know most of y'all, again, most of y'all are tired of hearing how Babylon America will be destroyed. Because most of y'all love this wicked place, man. Y'all love this wicked ass place, man. Especially you women. And I'm gonna shout that to the moon. Because with all your what? Your freedom to be what? To be what? You know what it is. To be dots. You know, y'all don't care. If you don't like it, I don't care. Because this is what's going on. And most people don't care because, especially American people, they are what? They are selfish as hell. And y'all know this here. But I'm not here to be liked, man. I'm here to what? I'm here to first to gather the elect, you know, and secondly warn the wicked of my people, should I say, and the other nations concerning the return of the Lord Yahweh Shah. In their what? In their destruction, concerning their destruction as well. You know, this prophecy is no different from the past warnings before the storm. What that Luke 21? I know in Luke 21, for these be the days of vengeance. Just like in the days of old, these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be what? May be fulfilled. So we're still waiting for that them to issue. It's coming. That MOTB, right? Because you all, I can't preach it enough. You all gotta suffer a little more. you all gonna make a decision. They're gonna choose between your what, the Heavenly Father and Esau Edom, that beast system, and most of you are gonna choose that beast system. Right now, just think about it. Just think about it. If they right now take all of it, do us in the same manner they just did over there with the dollar, with that dollar. You know the dollar is already dead, but hey, you know this is America. You know they're always gonna last a little longer than most because they're what? Because Esau Edom is still that hammer of the earth. They're that bullet. You can believe that. But like I was saying, the scriptures are gonna be very repetitive, right? And Matthew's, I'm just gonna read a couple, y'all. Matthew 24 and verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And hey, that's major right there. But it's not gonna happen right now. That U.S. and Israel gonna go up in Iran. It ain't gonna happen right now. Cause why? Because it's still prophecy. A portion of the prophecy still has to be fulfilled concerning the MOTB. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, the end is not yet because why? Because we're still in the process of what? Of elimination of certain things and happening or what? Just like when the Lord had to do what? He had to die. The Lord had to die because guess what? The MOTB have to be what? Pushed forward, and you all got to what? Got to make that decision, that final decision concerning whether you're going to be destroyed or not. Because you got brothers, man, that preaching the truth got children. An old wicked woman that they might make a decision and what at the last minute and do what? Go against it. Literally. For nations, verse 7, for nations shall rise against nations and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be what? Famine. Huh? And it's not that what's transpiring at this present moment. Nations rising against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. Trump over there taking over there bullying people and taking what? Then took a whole man. This is our all right now. We sell it to who we want to sell it to. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be what? Famine. That's what's going on. The famine over there. That's what's causing the famine goes into what? Shortage, food shortages. Right. So food shortage. So that's what's causing what's going on in Iran and many other countries. Right. You just not seeing the what? You're just not seeing it in the manner that that we're seeing over there in Iran. Because why? Because Iran is a big deal to America and Israel. There shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. America don't get away. Look at all of these infections of diseases and stuff. How most of you all took that thing, right? So that's why they would. So that's why now you see yourselves in the manner that you seeing that being what? Sickly. But the most important scripture in these last days of Revelation 16, should I say, Revelation 16, no, I'm sorry, Revelation 17 and 16, which is the 10 horn and the 10 horns, which is European Union / NATO, which thou sawest upon the beast. And that beast was what? Was ancient Rome, right? / NATO. These shall what? Shall hate the whore. Because they all are going to hate the whore. Who is the whore? America. That sit what? Upon many waters. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. With what? Nuclear missiles. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing the overall effects of what? Of the nations. You know what? Before I cut, let's do this right quick. How many people? Here we go right here. I looked up. I googled this. Yeah. I wrote what NATO allies are against America and Israel now. But listen to this here, right? Based on report, there is no NATO ally active. Listen up. Actively at war with or legally against the United States or Israel. However, serious public friction has emerged within the alliance over U.S. actions regarding Denmark and Greenland. And NATO member Turkey, which is probably the main one, Turkey opposition to what? To Israel's actions in Gaza. Because these devils, don't nobody agree what they been doing over there with them Gazans. Right? But we, like I say, we ain't got no skin in either fight. Turkey, President Erdogan has taken a stanchly anti-Israel stance. Everybody hate them people, man. Referring to Hamas as a national liberation group and criticizing Israel's actions in Gaza. This has created tension, as Turkey is a NATO member, but it does not represent a formal alliance-wide opposition to the United States. Denmark and Greenland tensions exist between the U.S. and Denmark, a NATO ally. Greenland's government recently stated it would choose Denmark over U.S. Y'all hear that? It would choose Denmark over U.S. and amid pressures regarding the sovereignty of the island. Danish officials have warned that U.S. pressure on Greenland threatens to break NATO unity. There it is right there. Spain, Belgium, and others, several NATO members, including Spain, have strongly criticized Israel's military actions in Gaza and Lebanon, replaced in what? But the purpose of right here, U.S. represents a Greenland threatens to break NATO unity. That is. That's that 17:16 of Revelations. The 10 horns, they said hate the whore. Which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Like Ezekiel 38 and 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, into the jaws of the people, man. What that Jeremiah 50, I think 50 and 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon, which is America. Hey, man, repetitive scriptures that are going to be what? That are going to definitely be used on a day considering the what? The prophecy that is unfolding and taking place that right now as we speak. So when I know say call Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Rokah Kudash Shalom.